So the second big question out of the trailer for me is, what is the mission that the TVA has for Deadpool, for Wade Wilson, for this particular variant of Deadpool? What do you guys think the mission is? Why do they need him? Oh, to assemble the exiles? Bro, please. If that was it, oh my God, that would be amazing. And by the way, that could be a part of it. That could be a part of it. So yeah, assembling the exiles, that's really cool. To remove variants, that's really interesting. Fred, I wonder where you came up with that, because there's some evidence that that's what's going on. Kill 616? I don't think so. I don't think so. Save the multiverse. Yeah, but how? Take on Eliath. I don't think so. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things here. Number one, Wade is recruited because he is special. Okay, he's special. And as Matthew McFadden's character is explaining this to him, he's telling him that he has the chance to be a hero among heroes. Okay, and this is the whole I'm Marvel Jesus. Okay, so what do you guys think is special about this variant, this Wolverine, or this Deadpool? And paradox is a beautiful thing to put into the chat, Jaina. Do you have something else to add to that? Or are you a secret Marvel employee that's like teasing us with it? Paradox is probably the key. How many of you know where I'm going with this? Can you explain Paradox from the comics? I don't think Paradox is a character in the comics. This is a new character, Agent Paradox. This is a character designed for this movie, probably. Hey, much love, brother. Be safe up there in the air, Powder. Appreciate you as always, man. Paradox is in the comics. Okay, interesting. Now, is he a TVA agent in the comics, or are you talking about just a character named Paradox? Because I'm not familiar with the character either way. But what I was told behind the scenes is that this is a new character, Paradox. Oh, this guy. Okay. Strange. Some Midnight Sun. Okay. I don't think this is going to have anything to do with it, but that is interesting nonetheless. Yeah. So what I was told is this agent is a new agent. This is a new creation for this movie. Okay. What I think is happening here, and we don't know for sure, right? We're going to explore this idea. I think the beginning of the trailer shows you a little bit of why Deadpool is so special, because I think the fact that Deadpool was able to actually change time and exist in a timeline that he actually altered the past, I think that's kind of the key. And I think in some ways it is a paradox. A paradox is one of the sort of effect of time travel. In a lot of time travel movies, they talk about these paradoxes. What's it called? The grandfather paradox or something like that. And so this idea, right, in certain time travel movies is that if you time travel to the past and you do something to then alter the it's like this. If you go back in time and alter yourself so that you don't go back in time, you've created a paradox, because you can't have gone back to the past and not gone to the past at the same time. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's a paradox. And I think Deadpool, perhaps just because of his fourth wall breaking abilities, which I love how that could connect to God of Stories, right? Because we've seen this a little bit already. And I hate to bring this shit up, but we got to. She-Hulk, okay? At the end of She-Hulk, we see Kevin and this sort of fourth wall breaking out and understanding of the Marvel storytelling process, right? So is Deadpool a paradox? Or does he rather have the ability to travel through time in a way that's different than the way most characters travel through time? Okay, so let's talk about what's the mission. Let's talk about the mission. So he's recruited, okay, and we see him being shown these screens, okay? And we see the shot of Iron Man landing in Age of Ultron. I love this shot. It's super iconic when like Tony like slides in there. This is after he said something about language. You know, he's giving him a hard time. We've got this classic shot of all the Avengers in that super dope shot where you kind of pull back and they're all like doing their thing straight out of the comics. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. And then we get that really cool shot of Thor with the lightning powers in Thor Ragnarok. Now, what's interesting about this, I mean, first of all, also, and this is so weird, did you guys notice that you can see his acceptance speech right down here? I hate technology. Like, just do what I want to do. There's no goddamn reason. Okay, do you see it down here? This is the speech he gave when he won, like, I don't know, a Grammy or something like that, or an Emmy. So he's got, remember he did that thing where he's like accepting for Ryan Reynolds or whatever? Kind of crazy. But here's the point. The main takeaway is Deadpool is told, you're Marvel Jesus. You're really important. You have a chance to be a hero among heroes. And then he is shown different moments from throughout the Infinity Saga. And he visits each of these movies. So let me kind of find them here. Okay, first one is this shot right here. Okay, now this is a fade in, so there's like a how do you explain it? Double exposure. Okay, but I have a shot of it. Let me show you. I've got a better version of it. Okay, check this out. Okay, so that's the shot at the top. You got the teeth. You got the teeth on the wall. He's in a bed. Even the blanket is the same. This is the Hulk's bed from Sakaar. Okay, so this is like a really subtle thing that you barely see in the trailer, okay? But that is undoubtedly Sakaar. Now, the thing that's weird is, like, it's not all, like, grand mastery, okay? There, like, you don't have the red and the white designs. It doesn't seem to be as industrious as it was in Sakaar. So this might be a branch reality from Ragnarok where Hulk stays and is the champion or something. Like, hard to know for sure what it means. But the main point to keep away, or to take away, is we see a shot in the trailer of Thor Ragnarok. Deadpool literally visits Thor Ragnarok in the trailer, okay? But that's not all, because this right here, this is the beginning of Age of Ultron. That vehicle is the Hydra vehicle that they flip over in Age of Ultron, okay? So this is Deadpool and a bunch of TVA agents, and boy, do they get slaughtered, man. Okay, well, that's a different shot, but earlier on, you can see just how much violence is done in this sequence. But the main thing to keep in mind is Deadpool goes to Age of Ultron. So Deadpool's recruited. He's told that he's special. He's told that he's Marvel Jesus. And then he's shown moments from the Infinity Saga. And then we see him go to those movies, okay? The other element here that's really interesting is, bro, why is he fighting the TVA then? It's so confusing because it seems like he's being recruited. He's shown these different moments. He's told that he has this important mission. He seems to be down because he lets the dude, you know, grab his tush with the white gloves and get him all set up with new suits, new guns, weapons, etc. And yet we see him going to these different moments. And in this scene, he slaughters the TVA. So the question is, like, what did the TVA want him to do? What is he actually doing? Okay. Now, I will say just a little bit of spoilers and rumors for Deadpool 3, okay? There's a big rumor out there that what the TVA is doing is going around the multiverse and they are grabbing up certain heroes and they are basically preserving them, kind of like a Noah's Ark situation, and they're preserving them for the new timeline, that something's going to happen post multiversal war, and the TVA specifically wants to have these characters. Okay, this kind of reminds me of in Agents of Asgard. There's a moment where God of Stories Loki is crystallizing moments in time, and he's essentially doing the same thing. He's saving moments in time so that when there's a new timeline after everything is destroyed and comes back, he can place these crystallized moments in time back onto the timeline. Okay, now another version of this rumor, and we're not sure which one it is, and like we don't know for sure, right? A lot of this is rumor. The other version of this is the TVA is recruiting specific heroes from different timelines and universes in order to fight on Battle World. So this would be like your multiversal Avengers. And I do kind of find it interesting that during this during the chaos of yesterday, My Time to Shine was talking about Loki and God of Stories Loki being a big part of Secret Wars, and he is going to help the Avengers in Secret Wars. Something that we thought was going to happen, but it's cool to get it kind of corroborated by a good source. So what the hell is going on? Is the TVA sending Deadpool into time because he's a paradox? He's able to be there without actually affecting the timeline itself and changing the future, creating branch timelines. And so he can causally go through time. And is he there to capture, recruit different heroes from throughout the multiverse. And if that's what the gig is, at what point does he go rogue? At what point does Deadpool decide, oh, actually, I'm not going to be doing what the TVA wants. I'm going to do my own thing. And the TVA then will try to stop him, try to cut him down. And that's what leads to all this violence. I'm not really sure, but there's a lot of fun things that are explored throughout this trailer that set up like a really interesting sort of scenario. Like, I don't know what it actually is, but I would venture to say it's connected to the beginning of the trailer where Deadpool is actually happy and living in the time that he wants to after time travel, which is not how time travel is supposed to work, therefore paradoxical. He's recruited by Agent Paradox, which might be a sort of on-the-nose wink at you to show you what's happening. He is shown moments in time from Infinity Saga films, and then he literally goes to those films, but he's fighting against the TVA. So, yeah, man, again, chat, what is the TVA's mission for Deadpool? What do you think? What do you think it is?